आप हम लोग के साथ एक इलिस्ट्रेशन कीजिए ना, हम लोग समझते फिर हम प्रैक्टिकली।
Okay. So today I will be explaining all the journal entries. First you refer all those. Then tomorrow I shall deal with the problematic part. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So today I will be giving all the journal entries related to different aspects. Then tomorrow we shall do the illustration part. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So please switch off your mics. And in between, do not scratch on the screen. Okay. Since some of you are doing some scratches on the screen. So we have seen when goods are sold and purchased, we have seen the, what do you call this as journal entries. Now let us see the another one. When a drawer holds bill until due date. So now I have already explained that the drawer can use the bill in several ways. So one of the way the drawer is using is that when drawer holds bill until due date. Okay. So here, if the bill is honored on due date, so when he keeps the bill till the due date, sometimes at the end, that is on the maturity date, the bill will get honored. Okay. So if the bill is honored on the due date. So in the books of the drawer, we will have this entry. That is cash account, debtor to bills receivable account. Cash account debtor to bills receivable account. So we will be giving narration as amount of bill received. Amount of bill received. And coming to the books of the drawee, here we will be writing this as bills payable account debtor to cash account. That is bill being the bill met. Okay. So when the bill is dishonored, sometimes the drawee may not be able to pay the bill on the due date. He fails to pay the bill. So we will be writing this in the books of the drawer and drawee. That is, if the bill is dishonored on the due date. So if the bill is dishonored on the due date, you will be writing this journal entry as drawee's personal account, drawee's personal account debtor to drawee's personal account debtor to bills receivable account. Okay. That is bill dishonored, being the bill dishonored. Being the bill dishonored. Coming to the books of the drawee. Here we will be writing this as bill payable account debtor to drawer's personal account. That is bill dishonored. Bill being dishonored. Okay. Okay. Now let us see the another option. Now let us see the another option of the drawer. That is, when drawer discounts the bill. When the drawer discounts the bill. So the act of selling a bill of exchange to the bank is in consideration of small charges that we call it as discount. Okay. So as the term of bill of exchange is drawn for a specific period of only on the due date. If the bill in emergency cash, so they can ask the bank to discount the bill. So when the bill discounts, when the bank discounts a bill of exchange, it deduct interest from the amount of the bill, and the balance amount is credited to the account of the person who gets the bill discount. So interest is the rent of money lent by the bank, which is justified by the bank because it has to wait for the bill's due date. Here interest is known as the discount. Interest is known as the discount. So discount is an expense for the person who gets the bill discounted and a form of income for the bank. So no one will be giving the full amount. Sometimes the bank may, the bill may be dishonored at the due date. So the bank will be losing. So in order to cover up all these risks, so these banks will be discounting the bill. So for the person who is discounting the bill, it is an expense. So he may not be getting the full amount. So at a certain percent, the bank will be discounting the bill. So that we call it as an expense to the person. And for bank, it is the income for the bank. So the discounted amount is based on the current rate of interest and the time period. That is from the date of discounting to the date of maturity. So banks will not discount bills of exchange if the holder has an overdraft balance. Okay. Now let us see the journal entries with regard to these bills. So when the bill is discounted. So when the bill is discounted, here we will be writing the journal entry as bank account debtor. I will be writing here, please note it. Bank account debtor, discount account debtor to bills receivable account. Okay, for this, it is in the books of the drawer. Bank account debtor, discount account debtor to bills receivable account. So we will be giving a narration that is bill is discounted, being the bill discounted. Okay. Now in the books of the drawee. So here in the books of the drawee, there will not be any entry because they are liable to pay the bill on the due date. So here the bill is sent for submitted to the bank for the encashment of the cash. So he will be encashing the bill. So the bank and the drawer are related.
मैम एक बार और
But
अगेन एक्सप्लेन करो
this
ना.
drawee may not be having any say. Okay, what is it? So the drawer's duty is to pay the amount on the due date. So there will not be any entry in the books of the drawee. And coming to the other option, another thing, that is if the discounted bill is met on the due date. So as the drawer has already received the amount of the bill by way of discounting, the drawee will therefore pay the amount of the bill to the bank. Understood? Here the drawer has already received the bill by discounting with the bank. And now the drawee will therefore have to pay the amount to the bank. Therefore, no entry will be made in the books of the drawer. Okay, and the drawee meets the bill. So now we will be writing the entry in the books of the drawer. That is, I am writing here, bills payable account debtor to cash. That is bill met. Bill met. Okay. Now let us see the another one. That is, if the discounted bill is dishonored. If the discounted bill is dishonored. So when a drawer discounts the bill with their bank, it is the drawer's responsibility to pay the amount of the bill to the bank on the due date. So if the drawer fails to do so, the discounted bill is said to be dishonored. You got this point? So at the due date, the drawer may not be paying the amount. He fails to pay the amount to the bank. So when he fails to pay the amount to the bank, then that bill is dishonored. So here we will be writing the journal entries in both the books. Understood? Both the books. That is, here in the books of the drawer, here you will be writing as drawee's personal account debtor to bank account. Bank account. That is discounted bill dishonored. Bill dishonored. Okay. So in the books of the drawee, here we will be writing as bills payable account debtor to drawer's personal account. That is bill dishonored. Bill dishonored. Okay. You got the point? Next slide. So the another option with the drawer is when the bill is endorsed to the third party. When the bill is endorsed to a third party. So when the bill is endorsed, that means the endorsee is the person to whom the bill is endorsed. So this is another use of the bill of exchange by the drawer. One is he keeps the bill with him till the due date, and the other one is he will be discounting the bill with the bank. And the third option the drawer may be using is when the bill is endorsed to third party. Understood? So this is another way of the another use of the bill of exchange by the drawer. So a bill of exchange is easily transferable from one person to another, as I have already discussed in the last class. So this is because bill of exchange is a negotiable instrument. So the negotiability of a bill of exchange makes it transferable by mere physical delivery, which increases its usefulness. That is the act of transferring bill of exchange from one person to another for the settlement of debts is called endorsement of bill. What do you call this as? Endorsement of bill. The person who transfers or endorses the bill is called as endorser. Endorser. And the person to whom the bill is endorsed or endorsed is transferred or endorsed is called as endorsee. Endorsee. Okay. Now let us see the journal entries in the books of both the parties. So coming to the journal entry of the drawer. Journal entry of the drawer. Endorses, I'm writing here, endorses personal account. Endorses personal account debtor to bill received account. Bill received account. That is bill endorsed to so and so, some X or some bill, and being the bill endorsed. Being the bill endorsed. Okay. So coming to the books of the drawer, there is no entry because they are liable to pay the bill only on the due date. Whether it is endorsed or whether it is discounted or not, he has no option. That means he has to pay the amount on the due date. So on the due date, whether if the what do you call it as at the due date, if the drawer holds the bill till the due date, he will be paying the amount to the drawer. Or if the drawer has discounted the bill with the bank, at the due date, this drawer will be paying the amount to the banker. Or suppose if the drawer has endorsed to the other person, that is a third party, this person will be paying the amount at the due date to that endorsed. Okay. So there will not be any entry in the books of the drawing. Suppose if the endorsed bill is met on the due date. Suppose the endorsed bill is met on the due date. Here, there will not be any entry in the books of the drawer, as he has already endorsed the bill to settle his debt, his or her debt. So there will not be any entry. But in the books of the drawer, here we will be writing the journal entry as bills payable account, debtor to cash account. That is bill met. Bill met. Okay. Now, if the drawee may not be paying the amount, or if he fails to pay the amount on the due date, then the bill gets dishonored. So the endorsed bill is dishonored. So here we will be writing in the books of the drawer and the drawee. That is drawee's personal account. Drawee's personal account debtor to endorse's personal account. Personal account. That is endorsed bill discount dishonored. Endorsed bill dishonored. Endorsed bill dishonored. So in the books of the drawee, we will be writing it as bills payable account debtor to drawee's personal account. Drawee's personal account. That is bill dishonored. Bill dishonored. Okay. Understood? Now let us see the another option by the drawer. The last option is when bill is sent to bank for collection. When bill is sent to bank for collection. Sometimes a drawer has many bills receivable at a time. It becomes difficult for the drawer to keep the bills safely and to present them to their respective drawer. To overcome this difficulty, the drawer can send the bills to the bank for safety and collection purposes. So the act of drawer sending a bill of exchange to the bank for safety and collection purposes is called as bill sent for collection. Bill sent for collection. So bill sent for collection should not be confused with the discounting of the bill. It is just sent to bank for collection, that's all. It should not be confused with the discounting of the bill. In the discounting of the bill, the drawer will be getting the amount by discounting the bill. But this is not the case. Here we will be sending the bill for collection, that's all. In discounting, the bill is sold to the bank. Okay, discounting, the bill is sold to the bank, whereas in bills whereas in bills sent for collection, the bill is taken into the custody of the bank for safekeeping and convenient collection. Now let us see the journal entries with regard to this. That is when the bill is sent for collection. Bill is sent for collection. So here it should be noted that bank does not make journal entry in the books of accounts in respect of the bill received by the bank for collection. Is just for safety. So bank may not be bank may not be preparing a journal entry in its books. It is just for collection. However, this bank will be recording all particulars of the bill in the memorandum book. That it will be doing. Okay. So in the books of the drawer, we will be writing the journal entry as bank for collection account debtor. I am writing here. Bank for collection account debtor to bills receivable account. That is bill sent to bank for collection. Sent to bank for collection. Okay. And coming to the books of the drawee, here there may not be any entry because they are liable to pay the bill on the due date. Okay. Now let us see another option, another thing, that is when the bill sent for collection is met. Now here we will be writing journal entries in both the parties. That is bank account debtor bank account debtor to bill for collection account. That is bill collected by bank. Here we will be writing the narration as bill collected by bank. In the books of drawee, we will be writing as bill payable account debtor to cash account. Bill payable account debtor to cash account. That is bill being met. Bill met. Okay. And if the bill for collection is dishonored, if the bill sent for collection is dishonored, sometimes the drawee pays the bill before the due date. Sometimes the drawee maybe fails to pay the amount on the due date. Now that bill will get dishonored. So here we'll be writing the journal entries in both the parties as drawee's personal account debtor to bill for collection account. Bill for collection account. That is bill sent to bank for collection. Here we will be writing the narration as bill sent to bank for collection. And in the books of the drawee, here we will be writing as bill payable account debtor to drawer's personal account. That is bill dishonored. That is bill dishonored. So these are the 4 options where the drawer will be using. Understood? These are the 4 options where the drawer will be using. Understood? That means first option is when drawer holds bill until due date. And the other one is when drawer discounts the bill. Third option is when bill is endorsed to third party, that is the endorsee. And the last option is when bill is sent to bank for collection. Understood? Now, let us see some more entries that can be made in the books of the drawer. These are the 4 options. Now, let us see the retirement and renewal of a bill. Understood? So sometimes the drawee retires the bill. That means drawee pays the bill before the due date. This is known as a retirement of the bill. Sometimes in other cases, the drawee may ask the drawer to cancel the bill. Yesterday we have seen retirement of the bill and the renewal of the bill. If the drawee pays the bill before the due date, then he will be getting a rebate. So this rebate is allowed to encourage the drawee to pay the bill before the due date. That we call it as retirement of the bill. And sometimes the drawer may cancel the bill and ask or request the drawer to cancel the bill. Understood? Sometimes he may be requesting the drawer to extend the time period. So this we call it as a renewal of the bill. So drawee pays an additional amount as interest for the extended period. So they have to pay the interest for the extended period. Now let us see the journal entries with regard to the what do you call it as retirement of the bill and the renewal of the bill. Coming to the retirement, here we'll be writing the journal entry as cash account debtor cash account debtor, rebate account debtor to bills receivable account. Cash account debtor, rebate account debtor to bills receivable account. That is, bill retired at so and so date and rebate is allowed at certain percent before the due date. And coming to the books of the drawee, here bills payable, sorry, bills payable account debtor to cash account to rebate account. To rebate account. That is, bill retired at so and so date before at the due date and rebate a certain percent is allowed. Okay. Now let us see the renewal of the bill. The renewal of the bill. So the bill is cancelled for renewal. Again here, you take this, the drawer's book, some entry was made for dishonor of the bill under each of the cases. That is, a dishonor when the bill is dishonored, we will be writing some account. When the bill is dishonored, we will be writing as drawee's personal account debtor to what is that? Bills receivable account. Like that we will be writing. The same thing here we will be writing. That means here we will be writing as narration as will be renewed. That is, the bill is cancelled and the bill is being renewed. And coming to the drawee's personal account, here we will be writing as bills payable account debtor to drawer's personal account. Personal account. That is, bill cancel. Drawer's personal account. That is the bill cancel. Okay. sometimes interest will be charged by the drawer. Sometimes the interest will be charged by the drawer. That means if the bill is renewed, so for that extended period, the drawer will be charging the interest. So in that case, you will be writing the journal entry as drawee's personal account, debtor, drawee's personal account debtor to interest account. That is being interest received from the drawee. So in the books of the drawee, here we will be writing as interest account debtor to drawer's personal account. Drawer's personal account. Sorry. That is being interest payable to drawer. Understood? Sometimes if the interest is received in cash, so this drawer may be paying the interest in cash. Then the journal entry is cash account debtor to interest account. Cash account debtor to interest account. That is here we will be writing as interest received. And if the interest is paid by the drawee, so actually the interest is paid by the drawee. So in his account, here we'll be writing as interest account debtor to cash. That is being cash paid as interest. So amount of interest is paid to the drawer. Okay. So these are the different journal entries we will be writing in the books of the drawer and the drawee. Got it? Now let us see the accommodation bill. Accommodation bill. Accommodation bill. So coming to the accommodation bill, an accommodation bill is a note or a draft. Note or a draft is drawn and acknowledged by the drawer and the drawee without having any consideration in it. These drafts, notes, or bills are attracted to help either one party or all parties for their monetary aid in a bill of exchange. Understood? So this is the definition of accommodation bill. So there is a difference between a trade bill and an accommodation bill. That is here, bill of exchange appear due to similar trading activities. So when you are preparing when you have drawn a bill, that bill of exchange is drawn based upon the sale and purchase of goods. So there is some consideration. So a bill is drawn on the debtor for the consideration of goods sold by the creditor. So this bill is known by different names as trade bill, bills of exchange, wind bills, kite bills, etc. Coming to the accommodation bills are not enforceable by law since they lack consideration. Here, there is no consideration whether you have sold the goods or purchased the goods. So there is no consideration. They run on the moral understanding of the parties that draw the bill. So there is no consideration. So when there is any financial need, here we will be giving some amount to the other person. So it is not based on consideration. It is based upon the understanding of the parties. So we'll draw the bill. Now let us see the parties in the form of a bill. Parties in the form of a bill. Parties in the form of a bill. Here, like the bills of exchange in the accommodation bill, we will be having parties to a bill. So coming to the first one, the drawer. So a drawer is an individual who makes the bill or issues the bill or composes the bill of exchange. Likewise, in bills of exchange, after the sale of goods, the drawer will be making the bill. But here, there may not be any sale or purchase of goods in the accommodation bill. But here, a drawer is an individual who makes the bill or issues the bill or composes the bill of exchange. So this individual is known as the creditor or seller. The drawer name here in the drawer will be calling him as the creditor. Understood? So coming to the drawee. So drawee is an individual on whom the bill of trade is drawn for his acknowledgement. So typically, in the bills of exchange, we call this person as a purchaser. We call this person as a purchaser. And here, this drawee in this accommodation bill is the person who is in need of the finance. He is in need of the finance. And he needs to pay the measure of the bill of trade to the cabinet or the due date, on the due date. And coming to the pay. So the payee is the individual to whom the amount of bill of trade is to be paid. The payee can simply be the drawer or the drawer's creditor. Either he may be the drawer or the drawer's creditor. Coming to the endorser. So the endorser is the individual who makes privileges of payment. Understood? Sometimes the person will be transferring this bill to the another person. So this person we call it as endorser. Coming to the endorsee. So the endorsee is the individual in whose favor of bill of exchange is supported by the drawer. The person who is endorsed, that is wherein he will be receiving the amount from the drawer. And the bearer is the individual pursuing the title bearer in the bill of trade. Here we'll be mentioning a name wherein we call that individual is the bearer of the bill. So accommodation bills are composed to offer monetary help to either one party or all parties, and a significant inquiry is how to accomplish their work. First, as how an accommodation bill works, the drawer makes the bill and the drawee acknowledges it. So then at this point, that is at that point, the bill can be discounted by the maker's bank of the bill and has received the money. So the discounted sum is utilized by the drawer or both the drawee and the drawer. So they can go for discount. So prior to the due date, the maker or the drawer of the bill sends the sum they use to the drawee to empower the drawee to pay the bill. Sometimes the drawer may be giving the amount to the drawee to pay the bill. So on the due date, the receiver or the drawee honors the bill. Okay. Now let us see the methods of accommodation of the bill. So there are 3 methods we'll be using in the accommodation bill. One is for the accommodation of the drawer only. This is one method of accommodation bill. So if an individual needs cash, they make or draw a bill of exchange or trade bill on their companion and get the bill discounted from the bank. So the bill proceeds are utilized exclusively by the maker or drawer of the bill. So the bill proceeds is exclusively utilized by the drawer or the maker of the bill. Prior to the due date of the bill, the maker or the drawer of the bill directs the due amount of the bill to the drawer, who respects and honors the bill. And the other method is for the mutual accommodation of the drawer and drawee, bill drawn by one party. Here there will be some mutual accommodation between the drawer and the drawee. So for that, one party will be preparing the bill. So now and again, two parties require reserves when parties are not in a situation to get cash from some outside source. So to settle the circumstance, either of the parties makes or draws a bill on the other. So ultimately, the bill proceeds are shared and also discounted have partaken to conquered extent. Understood. So sum of rebate additionally partakes to a similar extent. So on the due date, the maker or drawer of the bill dispatches their portion of the proceeds which is received by the drawer. Thus, the drawee organizes their portion of the trade bills and honors the bills. And the other one is for mutual accommodation of the drawer and drawee, bill drawn by both parties on each other. Here, one party will be drawing. In the second method, only one party. Both will be having mutual accommodation. Both the drawer and the drawee will be having mutual accommodation, but the bill will be drawn by only one party. And coming to the third method, here there will be mutual accommodation between the drawer and the drawee. Drawer and the drawee, and bill drawn by both parties on each other. Here both parties will be drawing bill on each other. So this is one more method of utilizing the bills by making or drawing bills on one party on the other or one another. And they'll be getting the bills discounted from their individual bankers or investors. So they can get these bills discounted. So the discounting charges and the bills proceeds are partaken to conquered extent. So on the due date, the individual party transmits the necessary amount to the next party, empowering both to meet their bills. Okay. Understood. So accommodation bills might have a similar sum, and a term when made or drawn and acknowledged by all the parties. So this is made so that there would be no compelling reason to share or remit balances and share proceeds. Okay. Can conclude that accommodation bill is a bill or draft or not made or drawn, acknowledged or endorsed by any individual for one more without consideration to empower that other to fundraise or get credit subsidy. Okay. So there is some difference between trade bills and accommodation bills. So coming to the basic differences of trade bills and accommodation bills, there are certain parameters. So coming to these parameters, let us see what are these parameters, in which area they will be differing. So coming to the objective of these trade bills and the accommodation bills. Trade bill, these bills are drawn to facilitate the trade transactions of sale and purchase of goods. Coming to the accommodation bills, these bills are drawn to help someone in need of financial assistance. So whenever someone is in need of financial assistance, they will be drawing the bill to help that person. And coming to the other parameter, that is the consideration. Consideration. So there is a definite consideration for which the bill is accepted. So here the consideration is the sale or purchase proceeds. But here in the accommodation bill, they are drawn without any consideration. Without any consideration. So here they'll be having some mutual understanding to help one another. Understood? And the other one is extension of credit. Other parameter is extension of credit. Extension of credit. So here trade bills are a form of credit extension. So when the purchaser is not in a position to pay for the goods at that particular time in cash, they will be extending the credit to pay the amount on some other date. Understood? So coming to the accommodation bills, these bills are not a form of credit extension. It's not a form of credit extension because it is used only to help financially to the for the other person. And coming to the proceeds, coming to the proceeds, when trade bills are discounted, the proceeds remain with the holder. The proceeds remain with the holder. And when these bills are discounted, the proceeds may be shared by both parties in an agreed ratio. Understood? Here, the proceeds, when the bill is discounted, the proceeds remain with the holder of the bill. But in the accommodation bill, when the bill is discounted, the proceeds may be shared by both the parties on agreed ratio. They will be agreeing for a particular ratio. Based on that, they will be sharing these proceeds. And a recovery. Other parameter is the recovery. So if the trade bills are dishonored, the amount may be recovered easily through the court. Because it is a legal document, you can easily recover the amount from the court. So in the case of accommodation bill, in this case, dishonor of these bills, the drawer cannot file a suit against the drawer. The drawer cannot file a suit against the drawer. Whereas in trade bill, we can approach the court to recover the amount. But here, there may not be any say to go for the court. Cannot suit against the drawer. Understood? Okay, so these are the basic differences of trade bills. Okay. So with this, I shall end the class. Hope you all understood. Okay. All got understood topics? Okay. So in the next class, we shall deal with one illustration. Shall deal with the illustration. Then we shall proceed to the next block. Okay. With this, we have completed the first block, theory part. Understood?
Ma'am, please share the PPT.
Sharing the PPT. How can I share the PPT with you?
On the group, ma'am, that BCom group.
You had the BCom group.
Yes, ma'am.
Now on the group.
You can share by chat, ma'am.
What is it?
Chat option. Message chat.
Here we had that in the share option.
Yes, yes.
Here we had
More in 3 dots.
more.
3 dots
Okay,
is
wait. 3 dots. Okay.
yes. First option chat.
First option chat. Okay. So in the chat,
You can share the PPT.
how to share this? Chat option, you can share the PPT.
షేర్ చేస్తున్నా షేర్ చేస్తున్నా ఆన్ చేసి వచ్చాక సేవ్ చేయాలి సేవ్ చేసాక దీన్ని పేస్ట్ చేయాలి అదే
ఇందులోనే షేర్ ఆప్షన్
షేర్ షేర్ ఆప్షన్ షేర్
దాంట్లో
Hello, ma'am.
yes.
Ma'am,
Okay.
PPT aim share
I
cheyara, ma'am.
can't able to share the PPT. Any one of you can give your mail ID
Mail
so that
ID.
I can share the PPT to your mail ID. Then you can share it in your group. Okay.
Ma'am, in chat group link is
I'll
there.
send
You
you.
can join the group.
What, ma'am?
In chat group link is there, ma'am. You can join the group, WhatsApp group.
WhatsApp group.
It's
Once
Urdu
you
medium
have-
group.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
It's financial
Someone
accounting group.
have given your mail ID, Saeed Fatima. Okay. To that mail ID, I shall send the PPT. Okay, na? So I may not be having, I shall send this to your mail ID so that you can share this in your group. Okay. Now I'm closing the session. So I'm not having your WhatsApp group. You're chatting that it's a WhatsApp group. Not having your WhatsApp group. So today you have given 2 mail IDs. 2 persons have given your mail IDs. In those mail IDs, I shall share the PPT. So today I'm ending the class for you all. Tomorrow I shall inform to whom I have sent the mail, to whom I have sent this PPT to your mail, so that that person can share you all.